Good afternoon. So the other week we talked about planting spider plants, transplanting, propagating. Today we're going to talk about succulents. There's lots of different succulents out there. The most common is your aloe plant or your cactus. But this little guy is a succulent as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to plant him. Yes, we're going to put him in this one. So he's pot appropriate size. Now, because there's no drainage in this one, we have a couple of those little Mexican beach pebbles, and we're going to use some of them. I'm going to pick probably my 3 bigger ones in there. And then we're going to use some soil that's specifically for cactus. Doesn't have to be this brand. This is just the one I picked up. And it's specifically for succulents. So we're going to put a little bit in there, and then we're going to take this guy. Again, we want to give him the home that he's used to. So he's a little stuck in there, so we're going to squeeze him a little bit to kind of loosen him up. Give him the dirt and the home that he was used to, because like we talked about last time, you don't send your student to college with just her suitcase. You give her some stuff to like actually live in, and her books and supplies and things like that. Now he needs a little more dirt, so we're going to put a little bit more in. He's a little bigger than what I expected. I'm also going to break up his roots a little bit. So once we get him all situated here, succulents are usually drier. You're going to water them less frequently. They're going to, and you're going to miss them. You're not going to saturate them. So I don't have a water pourer here, but we have this adorable little water thing. So we're going to actually just spray it down below on the roots, not getting the leaves because we don't want to get the leaves all wet. Since this is the height of the day, you never want to get the leaves sunburned, for lack of a better phrase. So I realize I'm making a little bit of a mess here. Fortunately, this is not my dining room table. It's my patio table. And he's all nice and well. So some things to remember is that they like light. Obviously, think of a cactus, you think of places like Arizona. However, they don't like necessarily direct sunlight. And if he's kind of leaning this way, that means this little guy is leaning towards the sun. So you want to put that part towards the sun. So when I take him inside, that's how we'll put him, is towards the sun. If you have a couple different succulents, like we do here, you're going to rotate them so that not each one is in the same spot all the time. So they each get a fair shake of the sun. So that is our little succulent. They're really simple. Most greenhouses will carry them. Same with the stones. Got those from a greenhouse. The pottery from any home and garden store. From any, even if you wanted to do it a little more inexpensively, even a dollar store, Dollar General, whatever those stores are all called. The mister was at a home and garden store. And obviously the soil was. And the soil is specifically for succulents. So happy planting. So for this little one, again, we're still dealing with succulents. So they're relatively all the same insofar as the dry soil. Now this one is incredibly dry. So we're gonna mix him in here a little bit. Now, first we're gonna empty that. And the stone was simply so that he's not, because there's no water catching on the bottom. We don't want him to drown. And again, we're going to water the bottom down here, never the leaves, or in this case, the flower. I'm being a little, because he is so dry, I'm going to be a little liberal with the water. And then he probably won't need water for maybe 3-4 days. So the problem with overwatering your cactus, or any succulent for that matter, is it increases the chances of bugs. And with any bug comes other health issues as well for your plant. You could get bugs, you could get different mites when the soil's too wet. Now I'm going to put a little bit of the soil that I pulled back out into here. And we have one last one to plant today. And again, remember, you're going to rotate these guys. And we're going to get a little more soil. And then just like the others, we're going to spritz around the bottom. One of the things you can do for your succulents is actually clean their leaves. So you can take a damp cloth. You can take even a paintbrush, if you have a paintbrush or something like that, and just wipe off their leaves. It gets rid of all your dust mites. It gets rid of the dust itself. And there you have an adorable little succulent. So, happy planting. Enjoy.